We are live. We reached the sad but exciting time of the year. The playoffs. I love the playoffs. An exciting time. But with the playoff, means the offseason is near. And with that, means 7 months of speculation, trades, draft, and drama. Okay, cool, but the main topic of discussion after the Super Bowl is the NFL draft and who is going where. I have a pretty good idea of what the top 5 teams will be deciding who to invest in for the future. Not every draftee will be a superstar, but I can guarantee you that I feel like these top 5 picks that I chose will be franchise players that will lead these franchises to greatness. In this year's draft, the Titans will be selecting number 1. The Titans completed their season 3-14. Where to even begin? The most obvious need for the team right now is a comparable, consistent quarterback. The Titans drafted a quarterback in 2023 in the second round, Will Levis, a 6'4", 229-pound stud out of the University of Kentucky. He played 2 seasons in the league so far, and even though he has not played a full season, he has a record of 5-16 as a starter. In the 12 games he did start this year, he threw for 2,091 yards, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions with a QBR of 27. If you don't know what QBR is, I'm going to tell you a quick definition. QBR is basically the grading scale to determine how a quarterback performs in a game throughout the passes, rushes, turnovers, penalties, etc. ESPN takes all these things into account when grading a quarterback. It scales from 0 to 100, so out of 100, a 27 is a complete and utter fail. Not only was his QBR bad, he was also benched for the backup Mason Rudolph in the middle of the season because of the mistakes and bonehead decisions he continues to make. I can imagine at this point Tennessee does not see Will Levis as the franchise guy. So if they want to at least contend for a wild card spot, a quarterback must be taking this draft. Now with that being said, with the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select Ted McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Now I know what you're thinking, like, hold on, you said all that to say a wide receiver? But the Titans will go a different approach, I believe. Titans will get a new quarterback, but it'll be in the free agency. I believe the Titans will get a veteran quarterback and build from around there. What good is a quarterback with no targets? McMillan is a 6'5", 212-pound receiver, running a 4.5 with great hands and physicality. It really reminds me of Mike Evans. He is a great deep threat, and with DeAndre Hopkins gone, I believe the Titans will focus on getting a wide receiver 1. McMillan finished his college season with 1,319 reception yards, 84 receptions, 8 touchdowns. He is great with run after the catch. He has great spatial awareness, and he has great start and stop ability. He can make defenders miss and has the ability to make big plays deep downfield, and can even make big plays off the screen. Like every rookie though, I feel like you have to improve his playing level just because it's the NFL, but I think his natural given gifts can help him be productive for Tennessee's offense. I also like the receiving core in McMillan, Ridley, and Boyd. The Cleveland Browns have the second pick this year in the draft. The Browns also completed their season 3-14 and are also having quarterback issues. But where do I start here? Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, Dorian Thompson, Bailey Zappi. Deshaun Watson went down in week 7 with a torn Achilles. I do hope Deshaun can recover to full health, but let's be honest, injury, no injury. Watson was not playing well and is not playing at the level he once played at in Houston. I have no idea what's going on with Watson, but I do have a strong sense that the Browns might take one of their many losses and just eat this salary cap. I don't think anyone wants to trade for Watson. I don't think anyone wants anything to do with Watson. I think the best choice for Cleveland is to move forward and have Watson sit at the backup. You don't have to worry about Jameis Winston. He's no longer under contract. Bailey Zappi is no longer under contract. And Dorian Thompson has maybe 2 more years left on his rookie contract, and I think he'll be gone after that contract ends. With the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Cam Ward, quarterback, Miami. The 6'2", 223-pound game changer is no question about his rocket launcher arm and his elusiveness in and out the pocket. His play style kind of reminds me of Jameis Winston, but without the turnovers. Jameis was a Heisman winner because of how much he impacted the game and his team. And I feel Cam Ward can have a great impact on the Browns to bring them to the level of play they desire to be. The third runner-up for Heisman has solid qualities about him as a quarterback that would make me confident in his potential to be a top prospect in the NFL. He threw for 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, to 7 interceptions with a QBR of 88.7 this season. If you watch the Browns this season when Jameis Winston wasn't throwing interceptions, he showed the fans what the offense was capable of being. I think Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year for a reason. He has a great offensive mind, and I feel he can develop Cam Ward to at least have the Browns contending to make some type of wild card run. Even though the AFC North is tough, this offense in Cleveland is very explosive with a very, very solid defense. The Browns are the sleeper team next season, in my opinion. The Browns even made it to the wild card with an old man and Joe Flacco. So I feel like the sky's the limit with Cam, leading this offense and developing into the top NFL talent. Selecting third in the draft this year, the New York Giants. The Giants also finished 3-14, and guess what? Also need a quarterback. If you don't know the situation in New York, let me update you real quick. Dan Jones was a starting quarterback this year until in the middle of the season, the Giants and Jones mutually decided to part ways, leaving the Giants with two mid-level guys in Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock. Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock are not the franchise quarterbacks. They will not get you the level of play you want, and they won't get you to where you need to be. The sad part about it is the Giants have a great wide receiver core in Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slay, and I even like the rookie running back Tyrone Tracy. Personally, feel like I say with all these teams, if the Giants get a quarterback, it could possibly make a wild card run. I truly do believe that. So with that being said, with the third pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart, quarterback, Ole Miss. The 6'2", 225-pound mini Josh Allen. I love this pick for New York. He is a guy who can use his legs, step up in the pocket, and make throws in tight windows. At Ole Miss, he threw for 4,279 yards this season, 29 touchdowns to 6 interceptions with a QBR of 86. If the Giants can protect and develop Dart, I have 100% confidence he could turn that franchise around. I personally am a fan of Dart. I watched his games at Ole Miss and became a fan of Ole Miss because of him. He's not afraid to throw the ball downfield, make plays, step up in the pocket. He also surpassed Eli Manning in single game, single season, and career passing yards at Ole Miss. And guess where Eli ended up? Maybe I'm biased, but I have a sense for natural throws of the football, and I know Jackson Dart was made to throw the football. Selecting fourth this year, the New England Patriots. The Patriots finished the season 4-13. Finally, unlike the other picks, New England doesn't need a quarterback. They have their quarterback of the future. And like I said earlier, I have an eye for natural quarterbacks. Drake May is definitely a stud and definitely the guy for the future. I believe he will lead the Patriots to the promised land some type of way. The Patriots did fire Gerard Mayo after 1 year, so a new coaching staff in the works. The main thing I see a need for New England are weapons for Drake May. Simple. So let's get into it. With the fourth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back, Colorado. You guys knew this was coming at some point. The Heisman winner, I believe, will be a Patriot. Yes, Hunter plays both sides of the ball, and I don't think he can play full-time offense and defense in an NFL game, but he can be that gadget guy, whether he's mainly playing defensive back or mainly playing receiver. I know the Patriots will find great use for him on either side of the ball. I'm just leaning that he try to play receiver, not only for the pay, but because I believe he can help Drake May in situations just off his ability to get open, catch difficult passes. The catches he made at Colorado were ridiculous. It's amazing how he can make those plays. Some of the passes I thought, in my opinion, weren't even catchable. He's the perfect slot, in my opinion, for the Patriots. Also, the Patriots have wide receiver Jalen Pope, tight end Hunter Henry, Demario Douglas, running back Ramondre Stevenson. I love this team. Now, there are a few things they need to fix in order to reach a certain level, but imagine Travis Hunter, Drake May, Jalen Pope. I just love the receiving core that they could have. This team could be something special. Travis Hunter athleticism is generational. I would truly be surprised if the Patriots pass up on him. And finally, my last pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars finished their season 4-13, and like the Patriots, don't need a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence just signed an extension that I believe makes him the highest paid quarterback right now, $275 million. Lawrence went down in week 13 with a concussion from a questionable hit. We're not going to get into that. The Jags also fired head coach Doug Peterson at the end of the season. He finished his tenure as a head coach in Jacksonville 22-29. I say all that to say the Jacksonville Jaguars have all the pieces they need to be a successful team, especially playing in the AFC South with Brian Thomas Jr., Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne. This offense has the ability to be one of the best in the NFL. But I don't care how good your offense is, you need defense. With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Will Johnson, cornerback, Michigan. The 6'2", 200-pound lockdown corner is no question. Jacksonville has had one of the worst defenses in the league, being first in pass yards allowed. The Jags have a young defensive backcourt, but I believe they need a corner to shut down one side of the field. Johnson is aggressive off and on the ball, using his hands to make tackles, and he's also a ball hawk. His intensity and presence on the field reminds me of Darius Slay. Most of the blogs say Jacksonville should go for a defensive lineman, but I think they should go for a defensive back. The main issue is the secondary. Many games this season I feel have been lost because of the secondary, because they can't stop anything. The Jags need that defensive identity like they had with Jalen Ramsey. Like I said before, the AFC South is one of the weaker divisions in the league. So any year is up for grabs for any team, especially with that firepower offense and a solid defense. Jacksonville will be a scary team in the AFC South. Now, before I end this video, I would like to say my boy Shedeur is going to the Raiders. I know it for a fact. Tom Brady is a minority owner in the Raiders. He also is Shedeur's mentor. It only makes sense. Dion also plays a hand in his son's career. I know that Dion wouldn't have his son going to any situation that doesn't seem fit. So, just a bonus pick. I do believe Shedeur Sanders will be a Raider. These are my top 5 picks for the NFL Draft for 2025. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. If you agree, if you disagree, I don't care. See you in the next video.